So Toilet, top 10 cameraman inventions. Now listen, we all know Cameraman been going crazy, been coming out with amazing inventions lately. And so let's check out his top 10. What do y'all think number one is? Before the video even starts, comment what you think number one is, edit it, and tell me if you believe that that should have been number one. Off the rip, number one, I think, shoot, does Cameraman tighten his hammer count? Does it? I don't know. That's my number one. I don't know. Let's find out if it's here. Let's check out the video.
So we're going to talk about the top 10 inventions of the Cameramen and Alliance.
Okay.
I will not only rate their power, but also their contribution to the series and the agent's victory.
Okay.
Also, before we begin, I'd like to thank you all. My channel has reached 100,000 subscribers, and
man, congratulations. I want to be one of the first people to make a video saying congratulations. And also, you are now too famous for me, bro. Like, your liege, my king.
It's because of you too. I'm very happy that you watch my videos, write comments. It motivates me to keep working hard and make my videos more interesting.
Of course.
And here we are starting. Let's go. Number 10 is cargo vans. The first time we saw them was in episode 3 in the background. In episode 8,
I mean, I guess
there was a type of van.
It's a car. Is it? I mean, it's number 10. Okay.
And with flashers. The speaker men have the exact same ones. We see them in the background in episode 24. I think they're just regular trucks that the cameramen arrived in, just like the speaker men. But where did they come from? There were people on the streets before, but then they disappeared. We're used to the cameramen being the good guys and fighting the skibidi toilets, yes. But where did they actually come from? What if they're not such good guys? What if they're the ones who turned people into skibidi toilets? Because they've been around since the first episode.
Which is crazy, by the way. I just realized that in today's earlier reaction, Skibidi with subtitles. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. But yeah, bro, I never peeped. I don't know. I watched the first episode so many times, and I just never peeped. And also, you can see, I'm pretty sure that's G-Man right there, walking, but like tiny. I don't really get it. But again, originally, I'm pretty sure this was just a gag.
Well, now it looks like a failed experiment in humanity gone wrong. The skibidi toilets, who were supposed to be flushed out, have started fighting back and destroying the cameramen. Although, to be honest, and the speakermen look like some kind of mad scientist invention, but let's not talk about that right now. 9th place goes to the Spies.
The spy camera?
We've seen 2 versions of the cameramen Spies. In episode 16, the scientists created the toilet spy. Thanks to this invention, we saw Skibidi Scientist and his strange team for the first time.
We've seen the cat.
Besides him, there were Skibidi the engineer, Toilet the cat, and a few other scientists.
Yeah, I think these characters are going to return. I think they probably will. Like, they're probably like the main like villains, like for real, like, because you got to imagine, like, what if Jimmy is just like the figurehead, but like they're like the secret alliance right there. Like, those are the people who actually run everything, give all the commands out, and are the people who put Jimmy or G-Man in a position to even be who he is. So I'm thinking that might be what it is.
By the way, pay attention to the tablet. We saw exactly the same one in Cameraman's hands in episode 56. Only here it is not signed, and there is just the inscription LT Systems. The second invention of Spies was in episode 27. By the way, we watched it on behalf of one such machine. The spy car had a black improved camera, but that didn't stop one of Skibidi from breaking it. By the way, did you notice the brown toilet in here too?
My brother.
Fun fact. Before breaking into the hangar to Skibidi toilets, the agents knocked on the door.
What, are they having a party in there, bro? Like, is this how they do social gatherings? Just yelling at each other and twirling their necks? Skibidi, skibidi. Like, imagine that's the party, bro. That's all we're doing. Yeah, you're gonna pull up and we're going to swing our necks around and sing a song. That's how we're gonna have fun. And I can only imagine how they. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna go on that rant.
8th place is taken by the cargo planes. They further confirm that the cameramen came from somewhere else. But thanks to one such aircraft, the first laser-eyed toilet was destroyed.
True.
By the way, his toilet then got the G-toilet. But I told it in a different video about the G-man toilet. I think you watched it. The speakermen have...
How you just assumed that I watched the video? I did.
...their own cargo plane, and in the front of it, there is the very same speaker that became the defense for the Titan Cinemaman's core in episode 44. Note that the Alliance originally had smooth flight technology, but in the new episodes, we see the engineers flying helicopters. I thought the flying inventions from the old episodes were much more efficient, because they are very smooth moving. But they have a big disadvantage. They are very slow. By the way, did you notice the flying skeleton in episode 11?
No. What? What is he even doing there? Who is that guy?
7th place goes to Camera Spy.
I thought we was I thought the 7th place went to the long black. Never mind. What, bro?
And speaker spider. It may seem that the spider cannon is ineffective, but if you look closely, it destroyed all the little flying skibidi around. Only the giant toilet wasn't damaged by the cannon. It's also unclear to me why such spiders disappeared at some point and were no longer used by the cameramen. Perhaps they became irrelevant.
Too much turbulence.
Because the skibidi had invented parasites, and now the agents were on the same side as the skibidi toilets, which means you can't just shoot them with high-powered cannon. So the Alliance scientists focused on other weapons. Speaker spiders are clearly more effective, but were only used on skibidi squads for the same reason. In the new episodes, they're just as gone. 6th place goes to an invention that we've only seen in one episode. It's a flying repair camera. We see it charging
that I want to see that used on the battlefield.
The core of the Titan cameramen, and I think these cameras are related to the invention of the core. By the way, I'm not going to include the cameramen and Titans themselves in my video, even though they're robots too. I can make a separate video about them, because at first they had human neck and even hands, and then they became mechanical. And Titan's core is a very powerful technology. It contains a lot of energy, but I don't think it's a weapon. It's more of a battery. The core is just a connector through which the Titan can be charged, and the fire from it is just the ability to quickly remove some of the energy. That's why Titan doesn't use it that often.
That hot-ass breath,
The 5th
boy.
place is taken by the helicopter speaker. The idea is very good. These flying inventions can hit flying skibidi and also surround large toilets.
True.
But unfortunately, we have never seen such speakers in action. But don't think I put this in 5th place just for the idea. It was with the help of such speakers that Titan TV Man was improved, and it had a huge impact on the series. Firstly, the eye protection became useless, because now he was attacking skibidi with sound. Secondly, it was through the power of those speakers that Cinema Man was able to hurt G-Man Toilet badly. Maybe even making him deaf, we don't know. But now G-Toilet flies with his headphones on. Also, the center speaker protected the Titan's core, which also helped him in battle for a while. So these flying speakers take their well-deserved 5th place. And
my question is, how do they know to attack the core off the rip? Like, yo, there has to be a episode explaining just the genius of the skibidi scientist, because it has to be him. He's the only one that know all this.
Following them in 4th place is this air attack device. We only saw it once in episode 17, but it's a very powerful invention. It flies as smoothly and quietly as cargo planes, so it can stealthily fly up to the skibidi toilets and attack them. The whole problem was that the beam didn't do any damage to the toilets. But I think now scientists have invented new technologies that are definitely dangerous to the skibidi toilets. If they manage to combine the flying camera technology with an anti-parasite cannon or paralyzing cannon, it would be a very powerful weapon. And number 3 is just such an anti-parasite cannon. I will take here both Jeep and Tank with the use of this technology because they are all used for the same purpose. Unfortunately,
I'll give it to you.
With the help of such inventions, the cameramen have not yet managed to cure the infected Titan Speakerman. But this
I really like this background music. You remind me of like The Matrix or something.
cannon does a great job with ordinary parasites. As we remember, to infect Titan, skibidi scientists
Made me feel
invented
like I'm in the
huge
Matrix.
parasites.
I'm in the
They're
Matrix!
almost as big as him, while regular parasites fit in his mouth. The anti-parasite tank was destroyed in episode 55, but I don't think it will be needed anymore. It would be more effective to invent a flying camera with an anti-parasite beam, and then it would attack exactly where the parasite is. I don't know why the cameramen are still shooting at Titan's core. Although they have been freeing other agents when they hit a beam near the parasite. I guess in time they'll figure out how this technology works. 2nd place deservedly goes to the Hypnotic Cannon. These cannons have been in service with all the cameramen since episode 53, and we can see that they are very powerful in action. I think the TV men were involved in the invention of this technology because their glow has the same effect on skibidi. They freeze in place and start shaking. Also, these cannons appeared right after the appearance of Camera Woman, and this can also be connected. It's very strange that no one has tried to use these weapons against the infected Titan Speakerman.
Why would they? They're just gonna die.
Yes, there's a lot of defense around the parasite now, but if you shoot from different directions, you can hit.
Still gonna die.
And the parasite is also a skibidi toilet, and such a gun should work on them as well.
Still gonna die.
By the way, this is not the same technology as the anti-parasite cannon. As you can see, the parasites dies from it, and after the hypnotic cannon, skibidi are alive. There's also this paralyzing weapon from the cyborg scientist, but it's useless on its own. The glitchy toilet was disarmed only because of the TV woman's hypnosis. Otherwise, the cyborg would have missed for sure.
For sure.
So, which invention do you think comes first?
The Titan hammer. Is that not an invention? That'll count?
I've decided that the best invention is the plunger. That sounds strange, but I have my reasons for saying that, and I'm going to tell you. First of all, it's a tribute to Plungerman, whose injury broke our hearts. By the way, I'm sure his role in the series isn't over. He'll come back improved. Well, there's a reason the Plungerman chose this particular weapon. On its own, the plunger does a pretty good job of destroying Skibidi, we've seen that. But what if I told you that the plungers of this cameraman could be improved? In analyzing episode 57, I noticed that one of the plungers was left behind Titan Speakerman's
True.
scruff.
Amazing analysis,
but
by the
I
way.
didn't pay attention to the fact that he threw the second plunger right in his face. What if they're not just plungers, but advanced electrodes? Once they're both attached to someone, electricity or other energy can be channeled through them. What if that way they could paralyze Titan Speakerman so they could destroy the parasite when it couldn't fight back? Moreover, if the first plunger is attached to the parasite's face, it will also be paralyzed. Yes, the cameraman didn't invent the plunger, but that's what gave us such a brave character as the plunger cameraman. I think we can give that tool the top place without a doubt. And what will happen to the plunger man next, and who will neutralize Titan, we will find out in the second part of the 57th episode. It will be released on August 17th or 18th. Dafuk reports about it in his Discord. Subscribe to my channel to not miss the analysis of the new episodes.
Interesting. So I was wrong. My hammer wasn't even placed on there. Let me know if your invention was on the list. And let me know if you guys been enjoying these reaction videos that I've been putting out. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, join the Discord. I appreciate all you guys. Let me know what other reactions you guys want. When I comment in my community tab, what reactions you want, make sure you're commenting because you never know. Your video might get reacted to. With that being said, I'll see you next one episode.